it is hot today and I want to get out before it rains. Actually, if you look over there, it's gonna storm. 'Cause I want to do my very last summer garden tour. Just had a dang bug land on my phone. Because everything is kind of dying. It's just so hot that everything in the garden is kind of on its way out. So I wanted to do one last summer garden tour. Shout out to my friends at King's Creations for my cup that I had them make. They let me design it, and I use it literally every single day, especially in the garden. Friends? Hey Daisy! We've got everyone up in the tub because it's so hot today. I'm not sure why Daisy's not in there anymore, but and we have 3 egg layers. Dottie, Daphne, and Doris are all laying eggs now. And then in another month or so, Dixie and Daisy should start. And then about a month after that, and Doris should start. And Walter will just continue looking pretty. So one of the only things that are really still producing well right now are peppers. And I don't know if you can see, these are Buena Mulata peppers. They are pretty dang spicy. And then over here we have the Pequeño yellow peppers, which are not as spicy, and they have kind of an earthy taste to them. They're pretty good. And they've taken a long time to even get to this point. They're small, but they've taken a long time to get to this point. And they will stay kicked in gear for a while. And then we have some mini corn going up between the peppers. That will be an interesting endeavor because I've never grown corn before. Over here, I've got 3. This one's actually grown quite a bit just in a couple days. Please still be hanging on. Yeah. These are Sugar Baby watermelons that I have gone ahead and put in some nylons. If you go to the Dollar General, you can get, it is a 3-pack, so you get 6 stockings. If you get the, not the ones that are connected, for like $2 or $3. So it's not like the most cost-effective thing if you need a lot of them. But I only had 3, so it was fine. Maybe a 4th one coming, and a 5th. We will see. I've not had much luck with melons this year, so this is the last of my tomatoes. As soon as all of these are ripe enough to pick, they're coming off and the entire plants are coming down. Woo, I'm getting bitten up by some fire ants. And I've let my basil just go to flower, which is fine. It will hopefully go to seed and just pop up again next year. And this is the corner of the garden that I'm actually most excited about. Because this one is still got a life to it and will continue to grow. Sweet potatoes, just taking over everything. Even though it's hot, they're a little droopy right now, but they'll come back once it cools down. In the evening, we have volunteer tomato, more volunteer tomatoes, more volunteer tomatoes, and then these vines are, I believe, jelly melons. They love the heat, so they'll be fine. And then lots of alyssum, sunflowers, and I think I saw something else that was a volunteer in here. Oh, another volunteer tomato down there from my compost. So this I'm just kind of letting go, mostly wild. I will trim up the tomatoes a little bit, and I'm just thoroughly expecting this one jelly melon plant to just kind of take over my life. There's honestly not really much still going on in the garden. Some things are still growing, like this is one single bean plant. I've had so many problems with my beans that it's still growing. It is still vining up the trellis, but it's too hot for any of the flowers to actually produce anything, and I've been getting so many caterpillars all over it. Like, look, another one. I don't know if you can see that. See? Anytime you see these little leaves that have little folded over parts, the part that's folded over probably has a baby caterpillar behind it. So I just feed them to my ducks, or just plop them off because they're not going to come back. But yep, there's another one in there. And let's see if you can see in here. It's not hard. Ugh, it's not easy to do this one-handed. Whoop! Did you see it fall out? But yeah, anytime you see any of the leaves folded over like that, go ahead and look inside and you will see caterpillar. Just baby ones. But you don't want them to get super big and really destructive. And honestly, even at that small size, they're still destructive because they're just chipping away at your leaves, and if there's a bunch of them, then you have a lot of damage on your plants. Actually found my first tomato hornworm of the season yesterday on my volunteer tomato plant. I haven't seen any other ones, but I did feed it to Doris. So she got a good little protein snack there. And as I said before, we're getting plenty of peppers still. My banana pepper plants, which all of them look not happy right now because it's so hot. But after we get this rain that's about to happen, they should be looking a little more perky. But yeah, we've got some, let's see, focused. Bell peppers on this one coming in. I found that the bell peppers grow the slowest. And then Cubanelles down here, and habanero has been a great producer, and I also found that they change color the fastest. And then the banana peppers, they just don't stop. Like, they just don't stop. It's just literally, I harvested yesterday, and these ones, I mean, are not big enough to harvest now, but give it just a couple days and I will have another round to pick. Alright, so the next thing that I wanted to show you was my dahlia tubers. So I actually planted my dahlias this past year from seed, and today I wanted to pull at least one up to get a look at the tubers that it's grown. I know a lot of people just grow their dahlias from tubers. However, for me, it was just more cost effective to grow them from seed, even though your first year they're probably not going to be as big and beautiful and prolific as maybe they would be if you grew them from tubers. So I pulled this one up today. These were Redskin dahlias from Baker Creek Seeds, and this particular one I don't feel like I got a whole lot of blooms off of. So next year I might not put it in this same spot. However, I'm going to let it overwinter in this spot. You can see that there's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 little heads to it, that I could break them off. Not that I know the best way to do that just right now. I could break them off and have 4 separate dahlia plants simply from this one plant for next year. And right now I'm not going to mess with that. I'm going to let it just overwinter in this bed, in the spot that it was planted, because I'm in Florida and it does not get that cold here. I think last year the coldest day that we got down to like 27 overnight. So we don't get those hard freezes or anything. It can overwinter in the bed just fine. And then next year, once I know the layout that I want for my spring garden, 'cause, I mean, right now I don't even know what I want my fall garden to be laid out as, so you can't expect me to think that far ahead. Once I get that figured out, I can then move it, because I doubt by the time that it's actually time to plant all that it will have sprouted and be regrowing. So for now, I've just kind of cut all the dead stuff off the top, and I'm gonna let it just hang out until next year. You see that? It's a coming. Like, you can see the line of rain all the way over there. It's getting windy. But I'm gonna pull up this other dahlia. This one, it was a little overcrowded by zinnias and some other things, so it didn't really get to flourish. And it bloomed way later than all my other ones, even though they were all planted at the same times. So I want to take a look at this one's tubers. I don't want to... This one's like way more in there. I'm kind of hoping that this one's tubers look better than the other one, judging by how in there in the ground it is. Come on now. Come out, come out. Off the ground. No, this one's much smaller. Anything get left behind? No. Okay. So this ones are much smaller, but maybe a little bit more defined. So again, this one I think I maybe saw like 3 or 4 blooms off of, but they were really pretty. They were like cream and pink. I don't even think I have any pictures of them because it just didn't bloom that often. But so got 1 decent size, 2 decent size, and then a couple other small ones. So again, I'm going to just put it back in the ground, and it can overwinter right here. But I just thought that was interesting. The other one I'm going to look at too at some point. It's just not in a great spot for me to show you guys right now, because that is the one that I got those really pretty like magenta blooms, and that one just continuously bloomed. So I'm sure that that one's pretty healthy looking. Man, I'm just getting eat up by ants out here. But all right, y'all, so that is my last summer garden tour of 2021. I'm gonna head in because it is about to pour, which is good. But the next time we do a garden tour, it will be my fall garden. So very much looking forward to that. But until then, make sure that you like and subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And if you want to follow along my daily duck shenanigans and all that, make sure that you follow me on Instagram at halfacreheart. So see you guys next time. Bye.